I should actually wait. Should I swing these around?
Yeah.
All right. Keep going. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. You got like 2 feet. Okay, stop. All right, yeah, you're good. Good morning. Obviously it's a new day and we are going to continue doing the walls today. It says it's not supposed to be raining and it's definitely raining. So we backed the van up to the shop bay so that we could work inside, and it's close enough that it's not really getting a ton of rain. I think I'll put a towel down on the bottom and we're just gonna work with what we have to work with. So last time you guys saw, we had this up. So the plan for today is to get the same thing on the other side and then also do the shiplap that we bought. So let's see if we could get all that done today and then some. So we are ready to start taking measurements and get to cutting and get these walls done. Okay, we got tape. Yes. 24.
Not right.
So as long as we've been building, we should know better by now. Measure twice, cut once. Somehow we're 4 inches off.
Filipino math.
That was a little too much Filipino wiggle in that math assignment. So we're gonna hopefully be able to use this for the wall behind the kitchen because a lot of it's gonna be concealed. And we are going to measure 300 times on the next piece so that we are not wasting money in materials.
I'm still doing the math and it's still making sense to me.
Oh no.
Guide is not on the right. So the math is right. We're
on the
wrong track. Dang. But that's why I said we're supposed to test it before we run it all the way through.
How do you test it before you run it all the way through?
Take a tape measure to it. Like after the first nick, make sure it's what we could have saved that whole piece.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So round 2, it's pretty much correct. So I think we're gonna put it in there and try and get some measurements for the awkward cut. That is where the wall kind of it bumps out. We're gonna try and cut around that.
Put a little step right here. Nice, that's actually great. Nice. Ready? Yep. Thinking, have your line here.
Yeah, just in the middle of that rib.
Let's say 79, 79 and a half. It's a good thing you've got a homie who knows how to use the skill saw, man. You know what I'm saying?
What are you saying? I can't? Yeah.
You know what? We should flip it over and cut the other side so it doesn't chip out. The Filipino. Saw. The Filipino skill saw.
Hold on. It's a little off right there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Ready?
Did it chip out?
Nope.
Huh.
Wow.
Wow. Just gotta know Filipino strategy.
Based on whatever hole you cut. Because that's my way. Your way.
So it's 2 1/4 plus a 16th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 16ths. 3. So.
This is the most difficult wall that we're having to deal with. Okay, back. Okay. Which is up with the ceiling.
Bam. Yeah, because it's like, after this is the hard part. And
Give me a tool belt.
the only problem with this is like, maybe taking this wall down, if you got something with that switch, gonna be a hoe.
So we're gonna go ahead and install a light switch so that we could go ahead and get that hole cut, get it all set in so that we could screw the wall up, and then I'm gonna wind up painting. So Isaac is hooking up the lights so that we could test it to make sure that the light switch works with the lights that are gonna be going up. And again, we are using this little Dakota Lithium Power box. We can hook the cords right up to these two things, turn it on, and it'll power those, which we use those a lot to test electrical. It really comes in handy. If you'd like to check out this little power box, you can find a link for it in my description. Works.
Dims, on, off, dims. Fire!
Oh, not good.
So we want to.
Oh.
So I'm thinking here, but you also got a seat. I'm thinking like right here-ish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know that logic. Okay, so we're now at this point we're gonna tighten up. We want to leave a little bit of slack, but we're gonna tighten up our wire chase. Just just Filipino due diligence. You know what I'm saying? Filipino due diligence, you know. And then we are going So this is switch
Power.
power. Want to test this
Before we put it up.
before you get too crazy and start painting. You know what I'm saying? That switch. You know what I'm saying?
Mistake numero dos for the day is the hole I used was too big for that, and
Wrong.
so it just goes all the way through. So I'm gonna go with the switch that I was originally planning on using. We were only gonna use this because this is what we actually have on hand, which this other switch is better because
More amps.
it's more amps. So we've had issues with this switch in the past where it overheats and it, anyways, RecPro's website has the dimensions for the switch that I'm gonna order. So we're just gonna go ahead and pre-cut that hole so that I don't have to worry about cutting it once the wall is up. So here we go again. This whole side is officially done. I'm going to putty all of the screw heads, and then we are going to be painting it so it'll all be blended in the same color. It's going to look a lot better after that, and I have some trim pieces to work out. So now we're going to go ahead and start on this side, which should be a lot more easy because it's no weird cuts. They're all just straight and square. So yay, let's get her done. So we just took a lunch break and I had to put on my thermal because it's getting really cold and my body's digesting food and now I'm cold. So we finished the walls. Let me show you what it looks like. So, I mean, I think it looks great. This will all be, you're only really gonna see this middle part here. So we are gonna caulk this seam. I sunk in all the screws so I could put putty over them, and then we are gonna paint everything all the same color so it looks, we're gonna caulk all the seams, paint it all the same color, cover the screw heads so that it looks all good and very finished and together. So we're not gonna paint today. That's gonna be what I'm hoping to do tomorrow. Today's mission for the rest of the day is finish screwing in this side and then get the putty up so that it can start drying, and then also caulking any lines that need to be caulked so that can start drying so that tomorrow it's ready for paint. It wasn't supposed to rain today and now it's raining. So it's really cold and rainy, so I'm actually going to shut the back doors and pull I'm going to pull the van up a little bit so I can shut the back doors and stay out of the rain once I clean out the van area, because we got just stuff everywhere. But first, before I do that, I'm going to finish screwing everything so that I can get it all good and cleaned. And then once we are doing putty and caulk, I'm going to close the doors so it gets a little warmer, hopefully. So I just finished doing the caulking and the putty. I'm going to let that dry, and then tomorrow we'll sand it down and we can start painting. Well, sand it down, tape, then paint.